Today, I'm breaking down Simon Sinek's rest warning for leaders and the 3 steps to actually make it work. Sinek's advice is brilliant, and with the right implementation plan, it can transform your life. My name is Jared. I help leaders get their time back without things falling apart. Let's dive into what he says and the 3 steps right now. Simon Sinek warns us that work-life balance is a lie. He says he's uncomfortable with the whole concept of work-life balance in his really popular YouTube video that's linked in the description below. Essentially, he's arguing that balance means that there are 2 opposing forces, and why should work and life be enemies? He argues for something a little different: seamless integration, where you essentially give effort based on what you need in the moment, not based on what time the clock says. If you need a run at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, go for it. If you have an idea that hits you on a Saturday, work on it. Essentially, what he used to do was treat things that were important to his mind, his body, and his spirit as something he could only do after hours. But just like he can't control when ideas come to him, he can't also control when he needs rest. And this is a really intriguing idea, but how do we implement this? Which leads me to step number 1. Give yourself permission to rest and put this on your calendar. Brené Brown writes in Dare to Lead, if we want to live a life of meaning and contribution, we have to become intentional about cultivating sleep and play. We have to let go of exhaustion, busyness, and productivity as status symbols and measures of self-worth. You see, your lack of rest is not your self-worth. Give yourself permission to rest. Unfortunately, leaders and business owners, myself included, wait until we're burned out to rest. We treat rest as a reward, but the to-do list never ends, so we never rest. Practically, you must block out time on your calendar, time for gym, family, thinking, doing nothing. Then you need to treat those calendar events like a meeting that you cannot miss. So once you give yourself permission and it's on your calendar, it still won't work if you don't communicate this with your team, which leads us to step number 2. Normalize rest with your team and set clear expectations. You can't just start blocking rest time without explaining why. You need to tell your team, I'm going to start blocking rest time in my calendar. Sometimes that's a run at 2 p.m. Sometimes it's leaving early to be home with my kids. I'm doing this so I can show up fully when it matters, not just be present and burned out. And then give them permission to do the same. But, and this is critical, set clear expectations. Tell your team, I am available for emergencies, but not routine stuff during my rest blocks. If it can wait, let it wait. If you don't model it, your team won't do it. And if your team doesn't do it, you're just building a culture of burnout. But all of this only works if you're actually delivering results, which leads us to step number 3. Hold yourself and your team accountable for results, not hours. This is the key. You're not being paid for hours, you're being paid for results. But most of us measure ourselves by how busy we are, how many hours we worked, how late we stayed. And that's the wrong metric. Instead, what we need to do is define what winning looks like. Not, I worked 50 hours this week, but I hit my top 3 priorities. I moved my team or my business or my goals forward. I was present with my family. Then hold yourself and your team accountable to that. If you're taking a run at 2 p.m. but still delivering results, no one can argue. Conversely, if your team is leaving early to be with their kids, but the work is getting done, then there shouldn't be a problem. This is how you make Simon Sinek's advice work. You give yourself permission, you normalize it, and you prove it works by delivering results. Because here's the truth, if your team sees you rest guilt-free and deliver results, they're gonna follow. But if you rest and everything falls apart, they won't trust the system. So build the system, protect the rest, deliver the results. If you want more on this, check out my playlist called Grow Your Business Without Sacrificing Your Family, where I break down how to set boundaries that stick, be fully present at home, and stop choosing between career and family. It's not theory, they're real tools. Click it, watch it, and I'll see you guys in that playlist over there.